It's easy to understand why so many people have reservations about Republican politicians, just as some Republicans feel the same way about Democrats. Donald Trump is a clear example. His personality can be divisive, and many people can't see past it to engage with his policies. This is a common issue in politics. People often focus on personality over substance, regardless of which side they're on. But when we move beyond personalities, there's a bigger issue at play, one that goes far beyond just Donald Trump or any one politician. Many Democrat leaders have built their platform around promoting a message of victimhood, often under the guise of addressing systemic issues like racism, discrimination, and inequality. Don't get me wrong, racism and discrimination exist, and they are problems we need to acknowledge. But are they the insurmountable barriers they are portrayed to be? We're not living in the early 1900s, where these issues severely limited opportunities. Today, we've made progress, and the message we should be hearing is how much further we can go as individuals and as a society. Instead, the narrative often focuses on blaming others, whether it's blaming racism, income inequality, or even white privilege, for the challenges people face. This negative messaging creates a mindset that traps people in a cycle of dependency on government solutions rather than empowering them to take control of their own futures. It encourages jealousy and greed, shifting attention away from personal responsibility. And frankly, it's heartbreaking because this message of perpetual victimhood is just another form of control, another form of slavery, but one of the mind. When we rely on the government to solve all our problems, we give up our autonomy. We stop seeing ourselves as capable of improving our lives through hard work and individual effort. We start waiting for someone else to fix things, whether through higher taxes on the wealthy or new government programs. But is this really helping us? Or is it just creating division and resentment? This brings me to the second major problem with the negative messaging we often hear. It's turning people against each other. We've seen race wars ignited by rhetoric about white privilege, class warfare stoked by debates over income inequality, and even tensions rising within the LGBT movement. These divisive messages pit people against one another, breaking down the bonds that make our society strong. What if, instead of feeding into this cycle of blame and division, we promoted a message of unity and individual empowerment? What if we encouraged each other to focus on what we can achieve, rather than what others have? Personal responsibility and self-sufficiency are key to building a better life, not just for ourselves, but for our families and communities. When we stop relying on government intervention and start relying on our own strengths, we create opportunities for growth and success. This is why voting Republican, or even for a third party, can be the start of a positive change. After all, who isn't tired of the two-party system, right? But just in case you're not ready to take that big leap by looking at your other options, at least consider Republicans who believe in policies that encourage self-reliance, personal responsibility, and economic freedom. We understand that people succeed when they're free to work hard, innovate, and take control of their own lives. Instead of focusing on who to blame, we focus on what we can accomplish. The choice is clear. We can continue down a path of division and dependency, or we can embrace a future where individuals are empowered to create their own success. We can move beyond the politics of division and start building a society where we lift each other up through hard work and unity.